So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
Hey guys, it is Baby Kendall from Past Use By. Welcome to a brand new installment of the base polishing series. I'm pretty sure some of you do not even know what the series is because it's pretty ridiculous how long I've gotten without even doing a single video in the series. I think the episode 1 I did around 4 months ago, and I still haven't even released an episode 2 up until now. And I really think that I should have done this series more because I know a lot of you guys liked it. So yeah, here it is, base polishing episode 2, and this one's going to be slightly different from episode 1. If you guys recall from the first episode, I was talking about the importance of trap placement, and I basically just polished the traps of a base. In this one, we're going to be doing something similar. However, I'm going to teach you guys how to put traps into a base when you do not know where the actual traps are. So what I mean by that is, let's say you copy a base and it's an enemy base and you really like it, but you do not have the traps for it. I'm going to basically teach you guys how to make up the traps for a base design and still make it successful. So looking at this base design right here, yes, I did copy this from an enemy design, so it's actually a pretty good base. It defended all of our Town Hall 8s. By the way, this was like 5 months ago or something, so that was before when we still ran Town Hall 8s. Now we don't, but basically this base is pretty good, so I decided to copy it, but the problem is I didn't know where the traps are. So I have to manually make them up. So that's what we're going to be doing live in this episode. I'm going to, just look around at the base and put down traps, and at the end, just zoom out and see how it looks. And you guys can copy the base if you want to at the end, but obviously that's not the point of this video. The point is to teach you guys how to make up traps for war base, because believe it or not, a lot of the times enemy war bases are very good and you want to copy them, or you just obtain a base from someone else and there's no traps. Being able to make up where traps go is actually a pretty important skill, so I hope you guys can learn something from this video. Anyways, let's get started into this episode. You can see this is a Town Hall 8 war base, like I did say, and all the traps I've not placed down on the base yet. So we're gonna start off with the most important traps, which are probably the Teslas or the giant bombs. So we're gonna start off with the Teslas in this episode, and basically for the Teslas, you want to put them in a place where the attacker is not expecting them, because that's the whole point of a Tesla. If the attacker knows where the Tesla is, that sort of defeats the purpose. So you want to make sure the Teslas are in a very good spot, they're hidden, and it'll really catch the attacker off guard for the first attack. So taking a look at this base design, plenty of places for Teslas. At Town Hall 8, I would not recommend a Tesla farm just under normal circumstances. I know there are some special circumstances in which you can place a Tesla farm behind a bunch of storages and sort of defend against dragons that way. But I don't think that Tesla farms should be a thing in every single base, and definitely should not be as popular as they are in Town Hall 9 war bases. So what I like to do for Teslas on Town Hall 8 bases is sort of place them near the edge to sort of catch attackers off guard. So what I mean by that is, let's just say the attacker drops 3 hogs on defense thinking it'll take it out, and then a Tesla pops right there. That's extra DPS, and 3 hogs will not be able to take out that defense. The attacker will probably panic, drop a ton more hogs, and sort of just messes up the flow of the attack. So we're going to be looking for some spots where sort of the attacker would not expect a Tesla, or the attacker thinks he can get, an easy defense or something, and pops a Tesla, and that sort of ruins that. Yeah, looking around the base, I actually think that this spot is pretty good for a Tesla. This spot right here, near the elixir storage. And the reason I say that is because look at this. There's a mortar and a cannon right here. So the attacker cannot see the Tesla, remember. So the attacker maybe thinks he can just drop 2 hogs in this mortar and just, you know, quickly take it out really easily. And then up pops a Tesla. 2 hogs will not be able to take out this mortar because there's a cannon right here, and not gonna happen. So the attacker will like have to drop a few more hogs, and then this Tesla sort of ruins the padding as well. So I think this is a pretty good spot for a Tesla, although it's sort of obvious because there's that 2x2 space, but it's not like you know, there's like it's not a Tesla island where there's like a wall around the entire Tesla, which makes it 100% obvious. So yeah, not bad placement right there. So like I said, Tesla farms aren't really the best thing, so I like to spread my Teslas out on Tunnel 8 war bases. So let's take a look at somewhere on the left side where we can maybe place another Tesla. And yeah, looks to me like this spot near the Wizard Tower could actually serve a useful purpose, because if you think about it, that just adds a lot more DPS to this region, and the attacker will be forced to drop a heal spell very early on, and you know, that's what you want as a defender, to make the attacker waste all his heal spells, and then when he starts running into the giant bombs, like let's say I put a giant bomb between this Wizard Tower and the air defense, guy drops a heal spell, you know, in this area because his Tesla pops and he needs that heal in order for his hogs to get through that area. Then this giant bomb pops, he has to drop another heal, you know, so that's just wasting spells for the attacker, and that's what you want. So I think this is a very good spot for a Tesla as well. Now it's somewhere on the bottom because we have like we want sort of triangular formation, not exactly like equilateral triangle. You don't want to make it obvious, but you know, just in the general idea, sort of a triangle when you make a Tesla. So looking at where a good Tesla spot would be down here, I think that this region over here would be a good idea, for 2 reasons. First of all, obviously just add some DPS to the region. Second of all, like if the attacker is doing some sort of drag loon attack, the loons will just have this 1 extra defense that they'll have to go through in order to get to the air defense. So that just wastes their time. It's a lot more, you know, time for the air defense, Archer Tower, Tesla, all that stuff to be shooting at the balloons. And yeah, and then for hogs, this Tesla is in a very unpredictable location. It's a spot where the attacker thinks he can just really like maybe drop like, I don't know, 4 hogs and take out this entire region, because it's just an Archer Tower that's really a big threat. But then the Tesla pops, it sort of changes it. You know, the attacker will probably drop a heal spell in this area, and the king comes over too, and you know, just causes some trouble. So yeah, I think all in all, my 3 Tesla locations are pretty solid, and you can see sort of in a triangle. So yeah, I think these Tesla are good for now. So now we can move on to the next trap, which is going to be the giant bombs, because in my opinion, those are the second most important defense. So for Tunnel 8 bases, for like I'd say 80% of war bases, you want a double giant bomb set, because a lot of Tunnel 8 attackers use mass hogs, and you know, the only way to defend mass hogs is double giant bombs. If you have 3 single giant bombs, the attacker can just drop a heal spell on each one of your giant bombs. That'll take care of the entire base. So you want a double set, and you want a good double set. And in this base, not really too many places for a good double giant bomb set. I really only see 2, and that's between this Archer Tower and the air defense, and then between this air defense and the Wizard Tower. So like I said, I do want a double set in this base. So I'll have to choose between those 2 positions, unless I want to do something crazy with a Tesla or something, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen in this space. So yeah, let's put this double giant bomb between this Archer Tower and the air defense, and I'll tell you guys why. First thing is, this set is a little bit more hidden than this spot right here, because like if you sort of know what I mean, not everyone will see the set between this air defense and the Archer Tower, but like first glance, everyone sees this, it's obvious, but then To be honest, when I first built this base, I did not even see this double giant bomb set. I literally just saw it like right now. So yeah, a little bit more hidden, and you know, just the more hidden your double giant bomb set is, the better. So yeah, so why not? Second reason I say this is because it's a little bit more protected than the other double giant bomb set. You can see for this set, it's pretty easy to like disarm. It's just, you know, 1, 2, 3 defenses, or if you come from this cannon, and it's really easy. But this set down here, it's very well hidden. It's a centralized set. Not to mention that it also works very well. There's no defenses anywhere near this double set. You can see all storages and non-defensive structures over here, and you know, so this double set will be very hard to trigger by one at a time by hogs that somehow path from the short side of this double giant bomb set. So yeah, I guess we're gonna put our double set right there, and it looks pretty good. Don't see anything wrong with it, so we're going to keep it like that. Now we have one more giant bomb, and obviously it's just going to be a single giant bomb, so you want to place your single giant bomb in a place not too close to the double set, because obviously if the guy does like some Valks or something, he can take out all 3 giant bombs at once. You don't want that. So you want your third giant bomb sort of away from the double set. So I wouldn't want to put it near this wizard tower and the air defense, because that's just way too close. So I'm going to put it sort of somewhere like up here in this top right, sort of away from that area. I'm not going to put it near this cannon and the air defense, just because, like I said, too close. So we're going to maybe look at somewhere up here, and taking a look at it, looks like we are going to be putting the giant bomb right there, and I'll explain why. First of all, this region is like, it'll basically force a heal spell. If the attacker wants his hogs to stay alive, we'll have to drop a heal spell right here, and it's just sort of like a wasted heal spell, to be honest. If there wasn't a giant bomb here, there's no way an attacker would drop the heal spell in this area, but since there is a giant bomb here, it'll sort of force that heal spell, and it'll just waste one of the attacker's spells. Second thing is, it's near a wizard tower, so if the attacker's not prepared, and the wizard tower is shooting down the hogs, say the hogs come from the Tesla, are walking over here, and suddenly this giant bomb blows off, the attacker's not expecting it, the wizard tower takes like 2 shots, takes the hogs out. So yeah, you generally want your single giant bomb near a wizard tower, just so that if the attacker's not prepared, if he doesn't pre-heal the area, the hogs will pretty much die right there. So giant bombs look solid to me. Nice and spread out. There's a double set. It's very well protected, and the single giant bomb does serve its purpose as to force a heal spell in an unexpected area. So yeah, let's move on to the spring traps, because they are obviously pretty important against hogs as well. And since hogs are one of the most dominant attacks at Town Hall 8, you do want to place your spring traps well in between defenses to take out hogs. So we have 6 of them at Town Hall 8, so let's see where we should put them. You want your spring traps directly in between defenses. So for example, let's say I put a spring trap like right here. This will not be a good spot, because it's what people call a floating spring trap. So what that means is that, let's say hogs are coming from this wizard tower to this air defense. Hogs actually move faster than spring traps, so the hogs will sort of just maneuver like right on the spring trap, but they'll still move over it, and the spring trap will be useless. If you guys don't believe me, check it out in friendly challenges or something. Hogs actually can just literally walk over spring traps, and the only way they'll get sprung off is if they stop at a defense and the spring trap is right underneath them. Then the hogs will obviously get sprung off the map, but otherwise hogs can get past spring traps. So you want them directly in between defenses, so the hogs cannot walk past the spring trap. They have to go from one defense and then directly to the next. They stop there, spring trap flings them off the map. So great example of a good spring trap placement would be something like right here. You can see the hogs come from this air defense. stop at this wizard tower, spring traps right here. Wizard tower to air defense, spring traps right there. So perfect spot right there. Let's zoom out a little bit. So that's spring trap number 1. Another great place, I guess, would be right here. Between the cannon and the air defense, similar thing. And now we want to sort of spread out our spring trap, so let's look at somewhere at the bottom. Between this arch tower and mortar is a good one. And oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is you don't want your spring traps on the outer layer of the base, because if the attacker drops like surgical hogs, 3 on each defense, they'll, just take out each of the defenses, move forward, and the spring trap in the middle will never trigger. But this place, it's pretty good because if the attacker can directly target the arch tower, but if the attacker wants to directly target the mortar, it'll pretty much be impossible because hogs will always redirect this archer tower. So yeah, that's a good spot right there. So we have 3 spring traps left, and okay, let's put one right here, just because there's so many defenses right there, so compact that the hogs are pretty much no doubt gonna step on top of it. 2 left. Okay, let's actually go ahead and put one right here between this cannon and the mortar, because although it can be directly targeted, I mean, for some Town Hall 8 bases, it's sort of hard to make all your spring traps good, so we're just gonna have to put that one there. And last one, we are actually gonna make a spring trap farm. Basically, it's just 2 spring traps put together. It springs double the hogs, and since we have nowhere else good to put it, why not put it there? So yeah, that's 2 spring traps right there. So if the attacker drops some hogs, it'll be very, very deadly. 6 hogs sprung off the map right there. So let's move on to the skeleton traps. For your skeleton traps, basically, you don't want them to be able to be lured with a CC lure. So if the attacker drops like some hogs on this mortar right here and gets the CC lure, you don't want a skeleton trap to be like right near the mortar, because then the attacker will get the CC and get the skeleton trap as a bonus. So you do not want that. So you want them sort of near the center of your base. But just a little bit spread out. So first one, we're just going to put right here and smack in the center, nice and protected in the middle. And second skeleton trap, I'm going to put right here, because skeleton traps actually add quite a bit of DPS. And this region already has a lot of DPS, including that spring trap, so just adding a skeleton trap not only adds extra DPS, it also sort of makes the attacker drop a poison spell if he does have one. If he doesn't, he'll just have to deal with the skeleton trap the entire raid. And another good thing about this is that no one will actually want to lure the CC from all the way over here. I mean, there's so many easy CC lure points on this side, and no one's really gonna think about this side, because if you look at the base, it's sort of leaning towards this side, and CC it's sort of a psychological thing, but trust me, most people lure the CC from the right side, so pretty much safe over here. Now onto the small bombs, which are the last type of ground trap. You want your, at Town Hall 8, is you need 2 small bombs in order to kill wall breakers if you want to put them on the outside, so it's really not worth it. And what I like to do with my small bombs is just put them somewhere beside the base and just try to get some damage off the hogs. So we already have a giant bomb here, we already have a double set right here, so 6 small bombs doesn't exactly equal a giant bomb, but still a significant amount of damage, especially if they all can be triggered. So what I'm gonna do is place them near this air sweeper, because just get some damage off these hogs as they're sort of traveling to this air defense, or vice versa. So we're gonna put all 6, because if you just put 1 small bomb, it's honestly nothing. But if you have 6, it's quite a bit of damage. Not a significant amount, but still something, and still help defend the attack. So that's it for the ground traps. Let's zoom out of the base for a second. Looks pretty good. Spring traps are good. Giant bombs are good. We've got a nice double set. And Teslas are nice and spread out in places where the attacker will not expect them on the first attack. And all in all, I think it's pretty solid. So now we only have 4 air bombs and 2 seeking air mines, and those are the air traps. Air traps are mainly going to be used to defend against dragons and balloons, because obviously Tunnel 8s don't have lava hounds, so you're just defending against dragons and then the balloons, because if the attacker's doing a drag loon, which most people do, you want to kill the loons, because the loons are really powerful if they are able to get to your air defense. So we're going to start off with the seeking air mines. There's only 2, nice and easy. First thing you want to do is pinpoint where are dragons most likely to come from on this base. Because you want to place your seeking air mines near the place where the attacker starts his dragons. So looking at this space, the air sweeper is pointed this way. So most attackers would want to come from behind the air sweeper. So pretty obvious that 99% of dragon attackers will come from this right side. So we're going to place both of our seeking air mines right there. First one, we are going to place sort of near this town hall, not close enough so that if the attacker drops like loon on the mortar, it'll trigger the seeking air mine. Because remember, seeking air mines are to kill dragons, and the air bombs are to kill loons. You want your seeking air mines to hit the dragons, because they do a lot of damage, and you don't want like half of that damage to be wasted on a balloon that it would kill anyways. So we're going to place this near the town hall, out of range of the mortar. And what I like to do with my seeking air mines on Tunnel 8 bases is I put them really near the outside, like right here, so as soon as the attacker drops a dragon, it instantly gets killed. So yeah, that's what I like to do. And so second seeking air mine, we are going to go place like right here, so as soon as the attacker starts dropping like maybe a funneling dragon or something up near this barracks, boom, seeking air mine takes it down to like 10% HP. Same with this town hall. And both these are out of range of any place where the attacker would want to drop balloons, because this cannon, obviously no one would want to just drop a balloon on this cannon, because there's an air defense right here. So yeah, those are seeking air mines. And for air bombs, like I did say earlier, you want them to be protecting your air defenses so that they can kill the balloons. So first off, you want to pinpoint the 2 air defenses that are most likely to be not zap quaked. And looking at this base design, air defense is pointed, air sweeper is pointed this way. So what I'm guessing is that most attackers will zap quake this air defense and then come at these 2 air defenses. So same deal, most people will come from the right side with dragons. So we're going to place all our air bombs near the air defenses that are most likely to be hit by balloons. So it's going to be these 2 on the right. So since there's 4 air bombs, it basically means 2 air bombs on each air defense. That usually works pretty well. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our first air bomb right here, and then second air bomb right here. So that's sort of double air bomb, not exactly like double, like just right next to each other, but still both overlapping on that air defense, and it will kill the balloons. Second set, this one's much easier to place down. We're just going to do that, and that should take care of that air defense. Both air bombs should go off at the same time and kill any balloons that get near this area. Also, the air bombs are sort of inside the base, so that dragons will not be very likely to hit the air bombs. Remember, you want the balloons to be able to hit the air bombs, because air bombs literally do like nothing to dragons, but they do a lot of damage to a group of 5 or 6 balloons. So yeah, that's it for the traps. Actually, we are gonna zoom out. Actually, we already are, but yeah, here the entire base is. Ground traps we all reviewed, looks good. Air traps, basically all the air traps are concentrated on the right side of the base, but that does make sense, because I'd say like 99% of attackers would come from this side, just because the air sweeper is pointed this way, and that it looks very easy to just zap quake this air defense and come at this side. with dragons and balloons. So all in all, everything looks pretty solid. So at this point, I mean, if you would like to copy this base design, go ahead. It's actually a pretty good base design, and I've done it. I've used it in a few wars. I defended it quite nicely. And if you would like to change some things around, because I did do this live, so I might be overlooking something. So if you would like to change something, feel free, and or just like drop a comment down below. I'll see it and I'll reply to you, say if that's a good idea or not. So yeah, I hope this video teaches you guys how to like just make up traps for a base, how to place traps down when you have no idea where they're supposed to go. And I mean, I bet you that if I saw the real base with the traps, because I did copy this base, remember, the traps would look something like this. I'm not saying it's exactly, because I have no idea what the real traps are in this base, but to be honest, these trap placements would work as well as whatever is the real thing. Yeah, so we went from no traps to all the traps down in decent positions, and I do hope this video helps you guys. I know this was sort of like specifically pointing towards Town Hall 8s, but I might make a Town Hall 9 video just specifically on how to make up trap placements for Town Hall 9 war bases, because I know copying Town Hall 9 war bases are more common. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Like I said, feel free to copy this base if you would like. I do have plenty of other bases that I did base explanation videos on if you guys want to copy those down. But I'd have to say this is probably my favorite out of all the Town Hall 8 bases I've published on this channel. And yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I upload frequent Clash of Clans videos. And until next time, peace out.